I'm Andy Dalrymple, Managing Director of Mackenzie Construction, and what I would like to do is briefly share some of our experiences of our journey towards digitalisation. I would stress I'm not going to offer any guidance or advice. All I'm going to do is share some of our experiences in the hope that others can gain something from it and reflect within their own businesses how best to meet the challenges of digitalisation moving forward. Our digitalisation journey started in earnest with the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Our people during lockdown managed to implement over the course of 3 days changes and improvements which, if it wasn't for COVID-19, would have taken us maybe 6 to 9 months. What we learned there was that our people have the knowledge, resources, and above all, the drive and commitment to make these changes. If there's changes to be made, the best people to make those changes are the people directly involved in the systems and procedures associated with their respective teams. We felt we had a solid foundation on which to build, having achieved certification to ISO 27001, which is an internationally recognised information security management system. Certification to ISO 27001 gave us the confidence that we had the systems and procedures in place to move forward, but we then had to turn our attention to ensuring we had the relevant IT infrastructure in place, which was a case of looking at both our hardware and our software. We then sought to gain a fuller understanding of the full potential that digitalisation could bring to us as a business. To do that, we engaged in a number of internal forums, and we also asked a lot of our people, and most notably all our young people, to participate in an online course entitled Getting Started in Digital Construction, facilitated by Digital Construction Skills. Once we'd painted a picture of where we wished the business to be in 2 years' time, we then used that as a vantage point to look back to the present and develop a route map to get us to where we wish to be. Gaining that deep understanding of the potential of digitalisation allowed us to not only identify some of the opportunities that it brought to us as a business, but also to identify where the risks and pitfalls were. These risks meant that we had to establish some sort of internal governance to ensure that we remained focused on the aims and objectives we'd set ourselves. We did this by establishing a digitalisation steering group, and that was formed from heads of department from various teams within the business. What was paramount there was involving people from the full cycle of a project, from estimating through to delivery, through to our accounts team and commercial, and as well HSE. So it's paramount to have the involvement of all, preventing the risk of thinking in silos and just ensuring that any data we generated was transferable from one team to another. As a steering group, at an early stage, we identified 4 key risks associated with the implementation of digitalisation. Firstly, the risk of systems not talking to each other. That's individual teams or departments operating in silos and there not being any flow of data between the respective teams. We also identified the risk of implementing new systems and procedures which brought little added value to the business when seen against the time to manage them. There was also a huge risk in all this data we had available in that we generated too much data, and by doing so we hid what was meaningful to the business. And perhaps the greatest risk, and that we were very conscious of, just because we can do it doesn't mean to say we need to do it. It's got to be proportionate and it's got to add value to the business. The risks that digitalisation brought to us as a business were more than balanced out by the opportunities and benefits they brought. I cannot stress enough that from our experience, digitalisation drives improvements in all areas of the business, and for us, 3 areas of particular focus at present are productivity, quality and net zero. An obvious benefit is the enhanced availability of data, real-time data, which allows us to enhance both decision-making, control and reporting. Remote working also allowed us to enhance our move towards a paperless office and to develop online systems and procedures for governance and approvals. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, digitalisation allows our people to develop more. It allows them to become more efficient and productive in the roles they carry out within the business, as well as learning new skills and gaining new experiences. Our current focus is very much on training. This training takes the form of both internal and external training. Our internal training is very much focused on new systems, procedures, very company bespoke training, invariably delivered by the relevant member of a team, be it if it's a new accounts system, it'll be a member of our accounts team that will roll it out to our delivery team. The greatest challenge we found with training is sourcing suitable external training. To be effective, we found that external training needs to be both company specific and bespoke to the needs of an individual or a team within the company. A simple example of this is Microsoft Excel training. We've found that not only all our people are at varying levels of knowledge and experience of using Excel, but each respective team utilizes Excel in a different way. Be it our estimating team have needs for training different to those of our accounts team. We were fortunate to receive funding from the Scottish Government's Flexible Workforce Development Fund. Care must be taken when submitting an application for this funding, since it's very focused at present on aligning yourself with a college who you believe as a partner can deliver the training you're seeking. The organisation we have found most helpful and are moving forward with most at present is Digital Construction Skills, who are funded by the CITB. They are very focused on providing support to SMEs within the construction industry and as such very aligned with where we wish to go as a business. We see digitalisation as integral to meeting future challenges and in ensuring as a business we evolve to suit the environment in which we are going to be working.